Hi, my name is LolStar and I'm a content creator. And if you're watching this video, well, you're probably a content creator yourself. As a content creator, I upload clips as YouTube Shorts and TikToks daily. If you do the same, I think we can both agree that editing and uploading clips every single day is seriously a hassle. But what if I told you that your editing can be a lot faster and easier for making clips? Today, I want to teach you how to optimize your clip making in order to have enough clips for uploading every single day without missing even one. And you will do this way easier than probably what you're doing right now. I am sure you will learn at least something today that will make your clip editing a little bit easier for you. And hey, if you're not a content creator but rather you're an editor of some content creator, maybe you will find this video really helpful as well. Now, disclaimer, I will be using Vegas Pro 17 for this video. However, I am sure you can apply this knowledge to whatever other software you're using, whether that is a different version of Vegas Pro or if it's just a completely different software. Maybe there's gonna be some differences, but I am sure most, if not all, softwares have these features. You just have to find them. And some of my advice is not even software dependent, so you are gonna be fine. You're gonna learn something. Anyway, let's get started. And the first thing that I'm gonna teach you is, I don't know if this is your case, but I've seen a lot of content creators create clips every single day. They edit a clip and then upload it that same day, and then the next day they do the exact same. Personally, I find that really annoying and it doesn't really have that many benefits. So the first piece of advice that I'm gonna give you is don't make a single clip per day. Use one day to edit several different clips. If you don't have enough clips to edit right now, maybe just leave the clips aside for, let's say, a week or a few weeks, and you're probably gonna have enough clips by then. That I mean by maybe if you're doing streams, or you can take this time to record a bunch of clips and then edit those. Now, why would you want to edit several clips at once instead of just one? Well, first of all, you're only doing this hassle one time every few weeks. I personally do it almost one every month, and that is great. That allows me to have time to do several other things during the day, and I only have to think about this one time in a month. Now there's other benefits actually. Let me show them to you. So this is a project that I did not too long ago of several different clips. They are Twitch clips that I edit and upload to YouTube and TikTok. And here, well, something that a lot of creators do nowadays is add subtitles. And subtitles are honestly kind of annoying to add, let's be honest. Especially if you're the kind of creator that does captions one word at a time, it gets really annoying. To help you lower that annoyance, one thing that you can do is you create the animation, whatever animation you're using for the captions. In this case is this. As you can see, it's just a little bop. It comes from the bottom and then does a little bop. So you can just do this for one single caption, and then all you have to do, at least over here, is you can copy this caption, paste it somewhere else, and there you go. All you have to do is change the text for whatever, and it's gonna have the exact same thing. So now you don't even need to reanimate this stuff, and you can do it for every single clip that you create, which is awesome. If you don't do this already, being able to just copy your animation and then just put it however many captions you want, that is really useful. And since you're creating several different clips, you just need to copy it once, and you can subtitle a lot of clips for your daily uploads. Also, speaking of subtitles, something I can actually recommend is just adding an animation at the beginning and not have an animation at the end. As you can see, it's only at the beginning. It looks good and it helps because if you put the animation at the end, I used to put the animation at the end, and that makes it difficult to shorten them or making them longer, because the animation moves with it and then it gets weird. You have to adjust it every single time. honestly, if you want to be completely optimized, just do them at the beginning and it looks fantastic. You don't really need any more than that. If you want to know how I did this animation, it's really not that difficult, but do let me know if you're interested in seeing some animation style for subtitles and other stuff like that. I can teach you how to do them, specifically here in Vegas, but again, I'm sure you can do it in whatever software you're using, and it's probably not such a different process of actually doing that. Now, the other interesting thing, although not as helpful, but still kind of helpful, is as you can see, I actually have my graphics and stuff like that. Like, you can put your logo. I'm assuming you put some of your socials here. I can just have that for the entirety of my clips, and that way it just honestly helps me not to forget to put this stuff. I guess it's more of a me thing, but if you're like me, this will prevent you from forgetting to put all of this stuff. And I guess it's just a tiny little bit easier than putting it every single time into your project. Another interesting stuff, I am a VTuber, but if you're a regular content creator that actually uses a webcam, maybe you put some effects on your webcam, maybe you do something like that, maybe you do some color changes and stuff like that. Well, if you do several clips like this, you can actually copy all of the attributes and then paste it on everything else. You can just select everything else and just paste it on everything. That is way easier than having to do it every time. And then you can maybe like adjust each individual one like slightly, but you have the base already. So let's say you already have all of your clips ready. What is the next step? Well, a lot of people would say, well, just take this section and then render that, and then take the next section and render that. But the fun thing about this is that you don't really need to do that. You can render every single clip that is in this project all at once. And that is beautiful. And that is another thing. You don't even need to render each individual thing. You can just let it render and do something else while this thing is working. So in Vegas Pro, there's this really cool feature called regions. You're actually seeing right here. All of this green stuff, they are called regions. And what they do is basically they separate all of your project into different sections. And that is really helpful. Why? Well, let's copy this. I don't know. Just put it here. And we're gonna create a region from this. So in order to create a region in Vegas, all you have to do is select whatever region you're having. In this case, it would be your clip, like each individual clip you select. And then you can either go to Insert Region, or you can just press R. So if I press the key R, as you can see, it now creates this region and I can name it. So let's name it like test clip or something like that. You can name it however you want. Personally, I like to name my clips in ways that helps me understand or remember which clip this is. And now you have this region, and with this region you can now render all of these regions that you selected as their own individual clip. Now, how do you render all of this stuff? You can't actually render it with this option, which is the usual render option. You have to go to Tools, then Scripting, then Batch Render. But before we do that, there's actually a little bit of an issue with Vegas Pro. I honestly have no idea why they don't just incorporate this, but this batch render script, by default, is just gonna give you a generic name. It's going to add the name of the project, but it's just gonna add a number at the end, and that's not really that descriptive, at least for me. So, we're gonna do something to let Vegas know we actually want the region name as our clip name. First of all, you're gonna go into your desktop and you're gonna right click the Vegas Pro shortcut. You're gonna go to Properties and you're gonna go to Open File Location. That should open this folder. And in this folder, you're gonna find Script Menu, and there it is, the Batch Render. So you're gonna right click this file and you can open it with a notepad. I'm assuming every single person watching this has a notepad. You can open it with other text files editors, but I mean, this one, everyone has it. You can use this one. Now, after you open it, you're gonna hit Ctrl F, or just go to Edit and then click find, and you're gonna look for this name, region file name. Just click on find next and you will find it. So there it is. This is the line. This is a line that we need to change if we want to have all of our clips named after the region names that we added. By default, this is how it does it. It basically creates the name of the file and then just creates a number. But that's not what we want. So instead of this, we're gonna change that for this. Now, this is the section where I talk a little bit about my Patreon. I am going to show you, if you're watching this on YouTube, I am going to show you what this is supposed to be and how, I mean, you're seeing it right now. This is what you're supposed to put. But if you just want the file, just in case you mess up, you just want the file, I will leave it on Patreon. It is honestly very cheap, it helps me a ton, and you're also gonna get some sample projects so you can have like some basic animations and some other stuff that you might find useful for your clip editing. That includes like sizes, some subtitle animations, some stuff. Obviously all of this is for Vegas Pro, and if you have Vegas Pro, I think this will be very, very helpful to you, because then you can just copy and paste and then just edit your clips that way. And I think that's gonna be helpful for you. That's gonna make your editing even better and even faster. So if you're interested in that, go check out my Patreon. If not, just follow this tutorial and you will do fantastic. Also, if you want these benefits on Patreon, all you have to do is pay $5 a month. It's honestly really, really cheap. You barely have to pay anything, to be perfectly honest. And you'll get access to that and to many more resources. Of course, you can select some other tiers, but those are for some other stuff like art and stuff I do on Patreon. If you're interested in that, do check it out. But yeah, if you're only interested in all of the resources and all of the stuff that I was talking about, just join Gold tier. It's $5 a month. It's really cheap, at least for what I would consider cheap. Anyway, so this is the new stuff that you need to add to this file. I don't want to get too geeky with this. I don't think you're really interested in understanding what the heck this means. But just know that it puts the directory, because you know that is like files do have the path to that file. And then it has the label of the region and then just the extension, which is like WMV, MP4, you know, all of those. It's really not that difficult to understand. You just put that, save the file, and then there you go. I do advise to like copy this, make a copy of it and put it somewhere just in case you mess up. You shouldn't, it's really not that difficult, but if you wanna be 100% sure, then there you go. Once you have that, now all of your clips are gonna have these names that you put on your regions. And all you have to do is go to Tools, Scripting, and Batch Render. Now it is going to open this small menu right here. There you go. Choose where you're going to put your clips, your videos. Just choose whatever path you prefer, and then choose whatever template you prefer. Now this is something important. You can only choose templates that you already have saved. So if you're used to like changing your templates every single time you render something, you might want to save that as a template, because otherwise you won't be able to select it here. Normally, yes, I use this, and as you can see, I already have this. You just check this little box right here, and then make sure to select render regions. Otherwise, it's not going to render the actual regions. All you have to do is click OK, and it's going to start rendering every single clip. And just like that, you already have a lot of clips ready for upload. Now, there's an additional thing I want to show you today, which I think is also going to really optimize your clip making. Because as you can see, all of these clips are horizontal. And that's good for stuff like Twitter and stuff like that. But YouTube Shorts and TikToks don't really use this format. So what can you do about that? Let's say you've edited all of these clips. Do I have to edit all of the clips again with the new format? Well, no. All you have to do now is save as. Let's just save this as a different project. That sounds like a good name. I mean, it's just for this tutorial, so it's fine. Okay, so now we have that. What can we do about this? Well, we can hit this button in order to change our project. We're gonna change the size of this. This is the size that I personally like using when doing vertical videos like that. It's 960 for 1280. So do that, hit enter, and there you go. You have your new format. Now obviously everything is squished right now, but it is okay. I'm gonna show you some magic. First of all, I am actually going to duplicate this track. This is where all of the main stuff of my clips is. So now we have 2 tracks, right? And let's show you why this is useful on this. As you can see, this is a gameplay video. This is mostly useful if you do gameplays, but I'm gonna show you some things even if you don't do gameplays. So for Let's Plays, gameplays, all of that stuff, you usually have either the webcam, or in my case, because I'm a Vtuber, I have the model. And you kind of want to show both of them at the same time. How do you do that? Well, it's really, really simple. This is a way that I found is super optimized, super fast, super easy, and I'm gonna show it to you. So, first of all, in this top one, I am going to add, this top one is gonna be my webcam or model. So I'm gonna add a mask. I'm just gonna make it like this, somewhere along that. Then I am going to put it, you know, how it's supposed to be, you know, with this vertical format. And you can already see, actually, I think that is a little bit, yes, okay. Let's make it in a way that makes sense. I'm also gonna make it a little bit like that, and there you go. So now I have that. The gameplay itself, I can just, once again, grab a mask to get all of this gameplay. I try to cover like half of the screen. That is my main goal. So there you go. And there you go. After it covers what I want from the screen, I just make sure it's nicely proportioned. And I think that is well proportioned, actually. So there you go. Now I have this gameplay stuff all ready to go. What is the next step? Personally, I like to add a new track. And here, I like adding solid color white. If your software doesn't have that, well, you can just get some white image from the internet. This white, I'm actually going to add a mask, and I'm going to make it really thin. And this, what I was editing, I'm going to put this mask where it should be. And I'm just going to lower it a little bit, and there you go. That's my personal style of making clips. You can use your own style, but that's what I found very useful. And for gameplays, this is really, really good. Now, I've only edited one, right? But that is the magic. I can copy this and just put it everywhere. So I'm just gonna go to the absolute last one. Make sure this one is selected. Then just select everything, paste event attributes, and there you go. Now all of these already have this kind of style. There's some that are not gameplay, so they're gonna look a little bit funky, but the ones that are supposed to be gameplays, they're gonna look fantastic. The other ones, I actually prefer not to copy paste them, because here's the next thing. So with this, you already have pretty much all of your gameplays all set. For example, for this entire clip, I can just copy this one and just paste it everywhere in this. And now the entire thing with the Let's Play is now perfectly edited. And I barely had to do anything, to be honest. And I can just do that for every other gameplay. Like this one is also gameplay. I can just paste this, copy the top one, paste it. Well, actually, that should be fine, right? It's already there, right? And there you go. Just as quickly, we immediately get another clip completely ready for this new format. And we can do that with every single clip. Like, it's gonna take you like, what, 1 minute per clip? It's like probably definitely less. Like, it's really not difficult. Like, again, just copy, grab all of this, paste, just put this white thing, and there you go. Another clip that is already prepared. It's seriously this easy. So not only by using this technique, you're having several clips ready to upload in one format, you can have them in multiple formats with barely any extra effort. Now, as you can see, this specific clip right here is not a gameplay. This one is more like a just chatting kind of stuff. So for this one, what I do is I just select all of this and then just hide it. So there you go. Even if this thing all had the stuff, like as you can see, even this one, this is other one. I have the duplicate, but I don't need it. So all I do is just hide this one, and there you go. Easy. Now I just don't have to bother with that. And with this, I do have a little bit more of a manual stuff. So I go here and just put the format the way it's supposed to look. So this one is a bit more manual. Sadly, with these specific clips, you have to be a little bit more manual with your stuff. But there are a couple of things that you can use with this one. For example, this scene and this scene are the exact same. Because I usually, for this kind of clips, I keep my zoom ins and all of that like in a very consistent places. So what I can do is just paste this, like copy this, paste it here. This one is a bit more intricate because it has a bit of an animation, but I can just, put it like that and then put it like that. And something you can actually do is like get the first one done, then get the width from this. Make sure that this is deactivated, and then just put the same width, and there you go. You already have the exact thing that you want for that small animation. It's a zooming animation, so that's why. So there you go. Honestly, all you have to do is just copy paste a bunch of times, and it's gonna make your editing a lot faster. I can just do that with that. Like as you can see, all of the gameplays they're already done. They're very easily done. And then I can just do these ones that are not gameplays, and I can just be a little bit more manual than that. But it's honestly like barely any editing, and all of the subtitles are gonna be here as well. Now, if for some reason you don't want the subtitles there, for example, for the gameplay stuff, maybe you don't want the subtitle here because it covers my face in this case. But again, you can easily just modify that. Just get this. You can modify. There's two ways you can actually do this. First, you can modify this. So, for example, if I want this to be a little bit more up, then my animation, I can just make it here and then just animate it all the way over here. And then on this one, I'm gonna put it here. And on this one, I'm gonna put it where it should be. There you go. So that's gonna be that tiny bounce stuff that should be happening. And just like that, it's on the correct place, right? Now all what I can do is just copy this and then paste it on these other ones, and there you go. You already have all of your subtitles in the middle this time, or you can move them wherever. Another strategy that you can use is, for example, I can just get the track, and because I have all of my subtitles in the exact same track, what I can do is just right-click this. We're gonna left-click this these vertical lines over here, and we're going to hit track motion. It's gonna show you this thing, and the cool thing about this is that you can just move the entire track. So, for example, if I move this on the y-axis, as you can see, I can very easily move the entire track to where I need it, and there you go. The animation might look a little funny because it's gonna appear from there in the middle, but there you go. You're already like moving all of your subtitles all at once with just one single click. I am sure by this point you're noticing all of the advantages of editing multiple clips at once. And I've also shown you a bit of advice and different stuff that you can do to make this process even better. Now, of course, after you're done with your vertical stuff, you can just batch render the same way that we did with the other version. Now, the last piece of advice that I want to say is, of course, schedule all of your clips. You can schedule all of your clips on Twitter, on YouTube, if you upload them somewhere else. On TikTok, you can actually schedule posts if you didn't know that. I'm gonna show you real quick how you can do that. Just hit here on upload. You have to do this in your desktop on your PC You cannot do this on the mobile app, but on PC, you can actually schedule. So you can really just put any video here. I'm gonna put this one, for example. It's just a random video. So let's put this one, and right here you can see that you can actually schedule. Now, sadly, you can only schedule so far ahead. I think it's like 10 days max. But still, 10 days without having to worry about uploading TikToks, that is really good if you plan to upload daily. So this is definitely something you should do. So there you go. With this strategy, you only have to worry about this kind of clips once a month or once every few weeks. And then specifically with a TikTok, you only have to upload them like once a week. And that's it. That's all you need to do. That is fantastic. You can use this extra time to do much more in your content creation journey. And I'm pretty sure that you are going to be able to do much more and succeed a lot more with this strategy. I do hope you found this tutorial helpful. Do check out the rest of my content. Maybe you can see some other interesting stuff that I do that you want to learn how to do. So you can tell me about it, and then I will upload a tutorial eventually. Thank you so much for watching. Do consider subscribing. Consider also follow me on all of my other social media. And I just hope that you are gonna have an easier time doing clips after what I've told today. Okay, well, thank you so much for watching this. Definitely leave a like, leave a comment if you found it helpful. And yeah, tell me what else you want to learn. Thank you so much, and I will see you on the next video. And also on Twitch if you're interested in seeing me play games. Anyway, see you soon. Goodbye. Sayonara.